No, okay, now here you go.
That's
You just
it.
said it best. You
He took
said
some
was
fish
in
and fed some
Ethiopia,
people.
right?
What's that? I don't know how he could have done
No.
it better.
What do you-
I'm just saying the story is.
He was in Ethiopia when he did that shit.
I don't know. Was
No, listen. You know that Jesus had to hide when he was a kid. And you
Yeah.
know where they hid his ass. And Moses, too. You know where they hid Moses.
he? In Ethiopia?
In
though?
Egypt.
In Egypt.
And you know where Egypt is on the map, right?
Right around Ethiopia?
No, it's in Africa.
Yeah.
Okay, and at that time, this is before the Muslim or Arabic migration.
Yeah.
This is when niggas ruled in fucking Egypt. So if they were able to hide Moses and Jesus in these countries and he blended in, no motherfucking problem.
Yeah.
What does that tell you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, with that being said,
Man's black.
when they dropped that
You look
shit,
like
on,
him.
I saw somebody drop that on one of these old ass rabbis, and they admitted that some of the
Time and
original
time again.
Jews have this Y chromosome or some weird fucking gene that only these
It's the greatest
people
story
have,
I've told.
and they come straight black as dirt, come out of fucking Africa.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Have you heard anything like that? Do they talk about anything like that, or are all the characters
I don't know of anything like that.
Like,
that's
have
a
you
Jew-
stumbled across that? In your
It's not
studies?
really about a race thing when it comes down to Judaism.
So anybody
and that's
can
what
be
the
a
whole
Jew?
division was about back then.
Anybody can be a Jew.
Anybody can receive enlightenment. And that's
He's talking
and
about
that's-
universal laws of the universe being passed. You're thinking of it as religion. He's
Yeah.
talking like the universal laws of the universe that are
past
unarguable.
all
Sure.
that.
These are unarguable laws of the universe that you can choose to argue with.
No,
So when you looked at, did you look at Christianity?
absolutely.
Did you look at? I don't think you looked at Islam.
Yes, I did.
Okay, you did.
Yeah.
Now,
There's a lot
what
of
was
good
the
stories,
difference?
man.
What was the difference where you were like,
Huge
this is it?
The literature, the style of literature.
Where you're like, this is it. These
Where
guys are talking to
Islam
me.
almost seemed like when I was reading it, I mean, there's parts of the Islam book where I was almost reading it, and it was almost like hypnotic to me because you're repeating so many phrases over and over and over again.
It's
to
a
get to-
brainwasher book.
It's
yeah.
not really a brainwasher, but they're
They're
proclaiming-
training your brain
They're showing utmost respect
to
for
God.
the words they're even saying. So every single thing is, you know,
Praise God.
not every other thing, but there's a lot of commentary or side notes about, you know, the respect manner of what the words are talking about. And they're not saying, you know, Jesus.
Inshallah, we're saying that.
Yeah, they're not saying, you know, thank be to God I've after worse in the Bible of the King James version. You know what I mean? No,
Like
it's
every
those-
time they say a verse, they end
Yeah.
it with that. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Or
they gotta
not
respect.
even verse, even just phrase. Like, you know what I mean? So
The
they'll tell you the
respect is
story
heavy.
before, yeah, and then before it goes into this, and I felt that was like, you know, I mean, it could have many implications. You know, to take your time while you're reading it. But to me, who's someone who's just trying to read through it, it felt and study it and kind of try to learn as much as I can without really just trying to get an overall senses of it. I was trying to educate myself so that I could draw a comparison between everything else that I was researching
Right.
in my own mind. So doing that, it led me to the Judaism part.
And Christianity didn't appeal to you as much either.
Christianity did, but the theologians there, they were speaking about, you know what I mean? It's like you eating an orange.
I never knew he was coming about us.
It's like you eating an
Never.
orange, and then describing the taste to say justice,
You know,
right?
we
And then
go out
justice
together,
describing
you
the
know what I
taste to
mean?
me. You know what I
Enlightenment,
mean?
yeah, you're like trying to rephrase enlightenment so the next guy understands it.
It's
and
getting passed down.
Thing- yeah,
knowledge.
things
You know
are
what I
lost in the
mean?
translation.
It's like so now when I'm reading these
Broken
theologians
telephone
that
of
sit in those
enlightenment.
monks, okay, you are grasping some inspiration to them, but they're nothing compared to if you can get a hold of your
From source.
from a source that's actually sitting in the monk in Israel and wrote something.
That you
in
can
the
talk to
middle-
directly.
No, technically you want to go to source and skip that fucking thing and connect to universe / yourself, which is like the DMT trip. we're
Connect
talking
yourself, okay?
Connect
but
yourself,
If you
which
don't
is
know how,
what?
if you don't know how.
about. Right.
And I've went into spirituality where, you know, there's these books out there, Seth books. Okay, great. You're talking to a guy named Seth. He's part of the metaphysical world beyond our senses. Okay, great. I mean, I'm looking for something more than that. I'm looking, okay, there's a purpose for that. And in Kabbalah, it shows you what that purpose is and how to break it down for the simplest person. Because every person has to reach that level. That's what Jews believe. Every person has to reach the hypothetical level maybe Jesus did. And maybe they were pissed because he wasn't doing it for the purpose. You know what I mean? For
Yeah, right.
Like,
even
Drake's
even the
not-
devil can cite scripture for his own purposes.
Exactly.
So he literally cited scripture for his
Right.
own manipulation,
and you
which
know
could be
what?
a
All those
perversion.
parables you read in the New
Perversion
Testament,
of power.
those are all just borrowed phrases and borrowed parables from the Talmud, bro.
Right.
That was written. You know what I mean?
In terms of to control the structure of
No, I
Roman
did
Catholic
the-
and
dumb
Roman.
it down.
Listen,
Right.
And layman's
Control the
terms.
masses though.
There's
Well,
a
to
man-
try to teach someone this, you
There's
can't
a man-
teach someone Kabbalah.
There's
No.
basic level. So you know the 8 levels of morality. The 8th level of morality would be the ultimate morality, is like what you're saying with the Kabbalah. But most people operate from 1 to 4. So like a level 1 morality is listening to an authority figure, whether it be God or your father or
Right.
God the Father.
Right.
If you listen to your dad and then don't take the cookies out of the cookie jar, it's level 1 morality.
Yeah.
Level 8 morality is stealing a loaf of bread for your starving kids, knowing you owe that man $2, and you definitely better go next week,
Yeah.
apologize, make up for it. Like you're doing the short term for the long term.
Yeah.
You know, I bet you would in the Kabbalah you would have exhausted every other thing before you would have stole the loaf of bread. There have been like 15 other steps
The
to
loaf
get
of
to
bread
the
would
loaf
have
of
came
bread.
to you before you would have had to steal it.
Fair, because you would have been
If you're
doing
dealing with Kabbalah.
fair enough. So you would
know
have
what
had
I
to
mean?
get to that point. That's what it is. The highest
And
level of
whether
morality.
that's satisfying your hunger or satisfying your mind and realizing that it's just hunger. Whatever it is, Kabbalah is going to bring it to you.
I'll shave just right.
It's never about what you think.